Hey, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my weekly photo chats. So today I'm going to talk about if you're using zone focus, how you can really use it on the quick. So this is the Leica M9 and I've got a 35 Summicron on it, and I know that if the lens focus tab, there's a focus tab on Leica lenses that isn't always on SLR lenses. If the focus tab is down around the bottom, that's probably around 8 to 10 feet. Just slightly further over to my right, as I'm looking at it, it's about 12 feet. This is infinity, and this is like 4 feet. If I know those numbers, 4, 10 feet, 12 feet, and infinity, now when I go up to photograph you, you're about 4 feet away. I'm raising this up and I'm setting the tab to the position I know it's going to be before I even pick the camera up. And then when I get the camera up, I can just kind of point and shoot. And it might be a moment that doesn't wait for me to fine tune the focus because, well, I got to make sure the patch is exactly perfect. If I'm shooting inside at f2, yeah, I got to be a little bit closer, but the point is sometimes the moment is gone if you're worried about the rangefinder patch. And the goal of the rangefinder is to get it close. Use some depth of field. If you're shooting outside zone focusing, you can just put this at 12 feet and you're good to go. Everything from 6 feet to infinity, as long as you're at f8 or f11, everything's going to be in focus. But then when you're inside, now it's a 35 millimeter lens, so it's a little bit wider than 50. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility and a little more depth of field built in because it's a wide angle lens. And then the fact that if you're shooting inside, sure, you can pick it up, but have the camera already mostly in the position that you expect it's going to be. I'm going to shoot you at 4 feet, so I'm going to put this here at 4 feet. And then when I get it up, I can go, okay, I'll quick make a little adjustment right there. But the point is, I need to get it in that ballpark. I know this is the minimum focus. That's probably a meter, 3 feet. So this is 4 feet. This is the kind of thing where if I'm using this, I like to make it so that I'm kind of riding the focus as I shoot. If I'm outside, like I said, I'll tend to put it on 12 feet and leave it there, and so I won't even have a hand on the lens. But if I'm inside, as I'm picking it up, I always instinctively move it to the left, my left, if I'm going to shoot something close, and move it to the right if I'm going to shoot something further away. Most of the time when I'm inside at night, I'm always shooting friends at dinner tables and standing in the kitchen. So I'm always shooting like right in here or right in here. I know that those are my positions. So before I pick up the camera, I'm getting it close to there. And then that way I'm not, hold on, slow down. Let me hold still. I'm going to get your picture. I've got to find focus. Nobody waits for it. There's no time for that. And if you shoot with a Leica, you can definitely be much quicker and you'll have the control that feels more controlled than autofocus, but you have to be aware of these settings and know where they fall on your lens. On a 50, it's going to be a little bit of a different position, although down straight toward the bottom is always going to be close to 12 feet. But you'll have to check with what lens you have and get to know where the markings land. What can you get at those different markings so that as the camera's coming up, hey, I'm going to shoot something at 12 feet, I can shoot. Hey, here comes something at 4 feet, I'll put it right here. You know, I can make those shots. I can be that quick. And then if you find that you're like way off on focus, well, you can quick make an adjustment and shoot another one. But get the camera in the ballpark area and make this camera a stealth quick camera, because that's what this camera is good for. And a lot of people will work with it and try to make that rangefinder patch perfect every time, and you really don't need to. And it's also, you'll lose moments. And the beauty of a manual focus system with that tab is you really get to know by feel about where you need to be, and it lets you grab shots that, it's even faster than autofocus, I think, because even autofocus, you got to pick it up and then push the button to get it to focus. And this one, you already have it in focus before you bring the camera to your eye. And then if it's a great moment, you're shooting before you even worry about it. Then you can fine tune and shoot again. But the point is, don't miss the shot, because you're trying to get that rangefinder patch. That rangefinder patch is really an indication to where to get close to. But you don't have to be straight on. There is a little bit of flexibility with depth of field. And certainly it's less with wide open lens. It's less if you're really, really close to somebody. But somebody 6 or 8 feet away, you probably have a little bit of leeway. And if you don't worry about that, you end up getting more photos and more keepers that are special because they're moments, not about perfect focus. All right, that's today's photography talk. How to use the focus tab in a way that makes you faster than autofocus. Hey, if you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. I welcome your comments. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody watching my shows. If you can support, please hit the Patreon. I could really use the support, and I'll be back next week. Don't forget, we also have swag. Look at the link down below if you want a shirt that says, or a hat that says, "Here's to good light." That's where you can pick one up. And as always, here's to good light.